As you grow as a cinematographer, so does your camera. A lot of people like myself love to look at cinema rigs, and seeing the amount of cables and accessories sometimes can feel a little bit intimidating. Over the past year, I've picked up a few accessories that have changed my life as a cinematographer and made it a lot easier and a joy to build my personal camera package. In this video, we're going to be looking at my top 5 accessories I recommend for any cinema rig build. So whether you're shooting on a mirrorless camera or a full cinema rig, this video is for you. The camera we're going to be looking at today is the Red Komodo. This camera is our main workhorse for commercial productions and typically stays in the studio style configuration. All the products mentioned in this video will be listed in the description, and without further ado, let's dive into the video. The first items we are going to be looking at are power splitting solutions for the accessories on your camera. There are a lot of D-tap style splitters on the market, but typically lack some sort of hard mount attachment like this one. Typically with D-tap or any power splitters, you physically have to attach it using some sort of adhesive or Velcro. This center 1/4-20 screw allows the splitter to be screwed to any matching mounting point on your camera. This allows your accessories to be easily unplugged without the risk of pulling the splitter off. A similar model that I recommend is this splitter, which is a D-tap to 2-pin LEMO. I generally prefer using LEMO connectors as they are more secure than most common D-taps. I like to use this specific unit because it gives me 2 mounting points, which ensures the unit can't rotate. The orientation of the plugs is also a very clean setup in terms of the cable management. Generally with any of these screw down power splitters, it adds a nice clean look to your build. As we are on the topic of power and power distribution, the next thing that we're going to be looking at is V-mount hot swap plates. Working with any camera, but the Red Komodo specifically, I'm not a fan of power cycling cameras as this adds time to crucial moments on set, as well as it risks damaging the camera if the right protocol is not being used when powering on and off the camera. Because of this, I like to use a hot swap plate and I can keep my camera running all day. The one I specifically have is the Core shark fin, but there are alternative cheaper versions that have hot swap capability, such by Kane TV or any other import brand. But I have to mention that these hot swap plates only take these new style of V-mount batteries, which are the small ones, versus the regular ones. So that's just something that you have to look out for. As we have a V-mount adapter for our Red, the V-mount adaptability is already built into this rig. If you're not using a V-mount system for your camera yet, I strongly recommend this V-mount plate from SmallRig. This plate gives you the ability to add on a hot swap plate as well as a multitude of power options for your accessories. The next accessory that we're going to be looking at is top handles. Going into the discussion of top handles, I've owned many over the years and I was looking for something that looked good, was comfortable to use, and had a variety of mounting options. My go-to all-around handle stays on this rig 95% of the time, and this handle is the Nitsy Little Stinger top handle. This handle is great to hold in the hand, has my preferred method of mounting accessories, a quick release NATO clamp to take on and off the camera, and overall it looks great. There are a lot of handles on the market that have the organic sweeping sleek designs, but usually are not the best to use. This handle has been my personal go-to handle for a year and I absolutely love it. As I said, this top handle is on my camera 95% of the time. The other 5% of the time I'm using a different handle due to the fact that I have a bigger camera package and more specifically a bigger lens. In those specific situations, I'm usually handheld and I have to mount the Easy Rig mounting point to basically the more front of the camera as it's more front heavy. And this is the style of handle I like to use. And this is made by a company by Shape. And there are a lot of other versions out there, which I'll be linking in the description below. The next accessory we're going to be looking at is not just a camera accessory. You can apply it to many different things. And it's the Nato Rail mounting system. Any camera that I have to attach an accessory to, my #1 pick is a Nato Rail system. This allows the easy attachment of accessories such as transmitters, monitors, microphones, or anything that you want to add. Currently in the market, manufacturers are incorporating this into their new camera cages as it's a new standard. There are a lot of times I like to add additional rails for different accessories for our productions. Currently in our kit, I like to keep a variety of lengths of rails to give me the most flexibility. I find myself a lot of times needing different sizes for different jobs. And this extends out to other setups in the camera itself. I find myself mounting accessories in places where I have access to screw holes, and these rails are really handy to have. I always recommend buying a variety of sizes so you're set up for any situation in the future. The last accessory we're going to be looking at is a 15mm rod clamp, and it's intended to be mounted on the side of your camera. What is very important about this clamp is that it has RE style locating pins, which means it won't twist when it's screwed fully down. When mounting any follow focus system, I find that the 15mm rods on any base plate are really low and the focus motor gets thrown off when calibrating it. This is due to the amount of torque generated by the motor because the location of the pivot relative to the lens gear is so far. This side mount puts the motor in a much better place to transfer the torque to the lens. In addition, I picked up 2 of these to mount on both sides of my camera. So I can mount the follow focus system on the operator side for solo productions and on the AC side when a large crew is on set. And that does it for the top accessories I recommend for any cinema rig build. If you want to see any camera related videos where we dive into the accessories or even full rig build outs of our Sony cameras as well as the Reds we use for our commercial production, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your opinion. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.